is this ladder so long?
Is it harder to climb ladders when you've got a big chest?
Fee!
Ugh. Don't worry. Do as you're told, and you won't be hurt. If you're found to be innocent, we'll let you out, eventually. Damn it. How could I have been so careless? Considering Dad's position, I should have known this could happen. As I keep telling you, Machias couldn't possibly have committed the crimes he's accused of. He's been with us ever since we arrived in Berehard yesterday afternoon. He's never left our sight. So if you really believe he was responsible, shouldn't you be arresting us as well? You're wasting your breath. Machias Regnitz will be kept in our custody until he's been cleared of all charges against him. We've already contacted the Academy to inform them of this. You kids should just focus on your field study or whatever it is you're here for, and let due process take its course. Unbelievable. Oh, and one more thing. Eustace's business at the Duke's estate will take longer than expected to complete. I'm afraid he'll be unable to rejoin you. That can't... Did this come from Eustace himself? Couldn't tell you. I'm just relaying the message given to me by the Alberea household. And don't even think of trying to go to the mansion to see him. You won't even get past the front gate. I'm betting they had this whole thing planned out since yesterday. Which means the reason Eustace got called away is because they knew that if he were here, he may have been able to prevent Machias' arrest. I assume that's what we were going to say anyway. It makes sense. He was probably called home to keep him from interfering. Almost certainly, I'd say. It's past noon already. We should head back to the hotel. If Eustace hasn't left a message for us, we're going to need to start thinking about other ways to handle this. I'm terribly sorry. They insisted on conducting a precautionary search as part of their investigation. I believe they'll be leaving by this evening, but I'm afraid that's all I know. I see. We're very sorry for the trouble. I think we should go. Okay? Yes, I agree. Afterwards, Rena and the others decided to dine at the restaurant they visited the previous day. However, the soldiers were there as well. Uncertain of what to do and where to go, they eventually settled on planning their next move at a bar on Artisan Street. So, in all likelihood, the reason Machias was arrested has nothing to do with the incident at the fort yesterday. They just wanted him because his father is the Imperial Governor and a key figure in the Reformist faction. Basically, they wanted a hostage so they could have an advantage in future negotiations. That does seem to be the most plausible explanation. They wouldn't hurt him or anything, though, would they? I wouldn't be so sure. Tensions are high on both sides. Worst case scenario, they might use the threat of violence to get what they want. That's awful. This may well fall under the scope of our field study, though. It may be risky, but how about we try to do something about this situation ourselves? I think we should. We can't just abandon him. I'm in. Thank you both. I think our best bet here is to track down Eustace. There's no way he could possibly have been in favor of arresting Machias. Yes, I agree. This had to have been a decision made by Duke Alberay himself. But Eustace is locked up at home. Maybe his brother would help us? Rufus? He did have a pleasant demeanor when speaking with Machias yesterday, so he just might. But he said he had business to take care of in the capital, and there's no telling when he'll be back from that. So I don't think we can count on him, unfortunately. Got it. Then our only option is to break him out ourselves. B? That's a little excessive. Think about it. We have a perfect chance to bust him out while he's still at the guardhouse. But if they take him to the fort, we'll lose that chance, and we won't get another. Well, I can't argue with that, at least. Alright, let's give it a try. Okay, if you're sure. We need to be as covert as possible, though. If we get caught, it has to be after Machias is out safely. If it's before that, there's no way we can talk our way out of this. But the charges against him are obviously false, so if we can get him out safely, they'll be very limited in what they can do to retaliate. Yeah, and the provincial army isn't going to want to do anything that will hurt their image either. Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. So if they get him out, why would they not just arrest all of them? Like, it seems like, no, that doesn't make sense at all. Like, I don't think he should get caught, period. That's what I think. If we can manage to get out of Berehard, we're more or less home free. So, no smoke grenades then. Smoke grenades? You don't carry those around with you, do you? What fair maiden doesn't? I don't even know where to begin listing what's wrong with that statement. Hey, Master? What are the monsters in the underground waterway like these days? Been 3 months or so since you last went down there, huh? Guessing the place is probably crawling with them again by now, though I'm sure not going down to check. And it seems pretty obvious that the provincial army's got no interest in taking care of them. How can they even sleep at night knowing their beautiful city's got nasty monsters crawling around underneath it? I'd go take care of them myself if someone put a request in. Well, if I hear anything of the sort, I'll send a message over to Legram to let you know. Sure did make you some good scratch. Cheers to that, Master. Alright, I better get going. Looking forward to dropping by for another of your espressos sometime. Sure, I'll see you on the way back if you can make it. Huh? Don't see many people dressed like that around here. Those are some fancy red uniforms. You guys students or something? Oh, yes, sir, we are. We're from Thor's Military Academy in Trista. We were sent here for a field study as part of our curriculum. Thor's, huh? Pretty fancy place, ain't it? I've got no idea what they've got you doing for field study, but good luck. Berehard's a pretty nice city, but it's not without its fair share of problems. Excuse me, do you know that blonde-haired man who just left? Oh, Tobal? Sure, he's a bracer. A bracer? Huh. I haven't seen a bracer in a long time. Probably because there just aren't that many around anymore. Yeah, there used to be a guild branch here in Berehard, but it's been closed for a couple of years now. Tobal just comes up by a train from the Legram branch every so often. Really? By the way, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I thought I overheard you saying something about monsters in an underground waterway? Oh, that? Yeah, there's a huge network of waterways beneath the city. Been there for a long time now. And it's chock full of monsters. When the guild still had a branch here, the bracers would clear them out. But nowadays, nobody goes near it, and the waterways just sort of stagnate under the provincial army's control. Because they're too proud to trouble themselves with fighting monsters, of course. How much ground does the waterway cover? Supposedly all the way from the east side of the city to the west. So from the station to somewhere under the Noble District, I'd guess. Heard a rumor a while back that it even goes under the Duke's mansion, but that's probably just one of those urban legends. That was a well-timed clue. Yeah, an underground waterway built in the Middle Ages that extends all the way to the Noble District. It's almost too perfect. Seems likely it's connected to the Provincial Army's guardhouse where Machias is being held too. The guardhouse itself was probably built in the Middle Ages too, so that would stand to reason. If we use the waterway, we may be able to rescue him without being discovered. Alright, let's give it a shot. There must be an entrance accessible to the town if the bracers were able to get inside to exterminate the monsters. That's a good point. We should search the whole route between the Noble District and Station Street. Roger that. Very well, that concludes our investigation. Get in touch with us should you remember anything else. Try not to stick your noses in where they don't belong. Ugh, they're finally gone. Seems like they don't want us getting involved here. They claim to be investigating the break-in at Oryx Fort. However, it's obvious that their true intention was to coerce everyone into keeping out of their way. Our apologies for causing you any trouble. Oh, there's no need to apologize. I'm somewhat worried about Lord Eustace now, however. Us too. There's no doubt that he's caught on to what's going on. Regardless, we feel responsible for inconveniencing our customers. Would you like me to make you something as compensation? We appreciate the thought, but we'll have to pass on that. We don't have the time to sit around. Let's hurry up and go break Machias out. Let's head to the underground waterway. Could this be the entrance to the underground waterway? I can feel a breeze from inside. Seems like it's pretty spacious. This must be the place then. Now we just need a way to unlock it. Probably not a good idea to draw my sword in the middle of a city. May I have a try? A hairpin? You're gonna pick it? I have no idea if it'll actually work, but it's worth a shot, right? Aperio. Wow. That was really impressive. I remember reading how to do it in a mystery novel once. I'm so glad it actually worked. Oh. Nice job, Emma. We should be able to get inside now. Let's get all our things in order and then head on in and pray no one sees us. Okay. Sounds good to me. This waterway is actually quite pretty. I was expecting the verdant city to be beautiful, but it never dawned on me that the same might be true, but it's underground. There are tricky monsters here too, though. We need to head west to the part of the waterway that connects with the Provincial Army's guardhouse. Once we're there, we have to find a way inside so we can rescue Machias. Right. Understood.
I certainly didn't expect to encounter the three of you down here.
What?
Is that...
Eustace?
I'm so glad you're safe.
Of course I am. Though I can't say I was expecting to be placed under house arrest the moment I returned to the mansion.
So that's what happened.
You know what's going on?
Unfortunately, arresting the Imperial Governor's son under a false charge in order to keep the reformist faction under control. I find it hard to believe my father would attempt something so brazen. He didn't have any intention of talking to me. Not the slightest inclination. This was all planned from the start.
Eustace.
Enough about me. Thanks to my brother, I'm familiar with the general layout of this waterway. I'll lead us to the guardhouse. Let's get moving.
You're actually...
You were planning on saving him even if you had to do it alone, weren't you?
Nothing like last month's field study.
Don't get the wrong idea. I just can't condone my father's actions. Besides, he's no doubt huddled up, crying and lonely in the corner of his cell right now. It's worth rescuing him just to see that.
All right, let's get moving.
Eustace rejoined the party. Eustace can now use the S-Craft Crystal Saber.
I'm exhausted.
It's gotta be the chest.
Fee, that's enough.
Honestly.
A door? It looks to be made of iron, but there's no keyhole. Guess it can only be opened from the other side. Could this be the path that leads to the guardhouse? It is indeed. This path connects the waterway with the building's lower levels. I had no idea the door between the two areas could only be opened from the inside, however. How are we supposed to get through? I can't pick the lock if there's no keyhole. It looks far too sturdy for my sword to have much effect either.
This can be overcome.
Fee?
What do you mean?
Stand back.
What are you doing?
I know this smell.
Explain yourself, please.
Ignition.
What?
What?
Done.
Done?
Fee, did you?
Was that a bomb?
Portable high-powered explosive. Plasticity makes it handy for this kind of espionage work.
Explosive?
Where could you possibly have gotten such a thing?
Fee, I think at this point we have a right to know. What exactly is your background?
Reen?
The day of the entrance ceremony, I saw you dodging that trap floor the rest of us fell into. You're 2 years younger than us, yet you're physically no weaker at all. In fact, I'd say when it comes to combat situations, you seem almost like you're holding back.
Impossible.
Guess you got me. Before I came to the academy, I was a Jaeger. That's where I learned how to handle explosives and use my gun swords. That's all.
A Jaeger? I wasn't expecting that.
I've heard that term before. The best of the best mercenary outfits are known as Jaeger Corps.
Jaeger Corps are almost synonymous with the Grim Reaper. To think I'd be going to school with a Jaeger.
Me? A Reaper?
No, that's not... I spoke out of turn. I mustn't let prejudices get the better of me.
That's right. Knowing her past doesn't change who she is now.
Thanks for telling us, Fee. And I'm sorry for prying.
Not bothered. But we should hurry if we want to save Machias.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, let's press onward.
This looks like the place.
Looks like an underground prison, all right.
Indeed, he must be here somewhere.
Am I hearing things?
Machias!
And still in one piece by the sound of it.
What are you all doing here? There's no way the Provincial Army would just let me go. You didn't sneak in, did you?
We came in through the underground waterway.
I'll open the cell.
are you going to... What the...
We'll explain when we have more time.
Yeah, right now, we need to get away from here before we're caught.
As long as we can make it back to the city, we should be able to bluff our way out of any further trouble.
Right. Thanks. I'd resigned myself to being stuck in there for a while. I must admit, though, I'm surprised you, of all people, would come to my aid.
I only came to get a glimpse at your tear-stained face. Plus, thought this might be a good opportunity to pay back my father.
I see.
What? Voices?
Damn.
It's... Oh, Lord Eustace?
As much as I would love to praise you for a job well done, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to take a short rest.
What?
Let's clean house.
Roger that.
Right.
You're in my way.
Here we go.
So they didn't hear the explosive, but they heard the voices as we were quietly talking about our plans to escape. That seems suspect, yo.
My turn.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate. Now.
Just a little sus. Just a little suspect.
Go!
There!
Dude.
I'll handle this.
It's my turn.
You guys are a little overpowered with their bayonet strikes. Do I want to use... Do I want to cure or do I want to recure? I think I want to recure.
Now.
I'll handle it.
Very well.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I underestimated these guys. I should have used my motivate
Yeah.
at the beginning of the fight.
Thanks.
Should I use it now?
I'll handle this.
Here we go.
I don't think I should.
I'll handle it.
Okay. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Okay, one guy down.
Too slow. Go.
Now.
Thanks. Okay.
Here we go. Now's our chance.
Broken. Okay. Arcus, activate. Yeah.
Poor
Okay.
Emma's just been back there curing the whole time.
Yeah.
Here we go. Go.
There!
My turn.
There!
Okay.
Very well.
Now.
Thanks.
My turn!
Okay.
I really don't like that bayonet thing.
Go!
It's my turn.
My turn. Done. But we can't relax yet.
A matter of course.
They're strong, but beaten by students. Mission accomplished. Are you sure you're alright with this? They'll be unconscious for a while, but their lives are in no danger. Our priority right now is getting out of here as fast as we can. They shouldn't be able to catch up with us if we leave right now. Understood. Let's go. Machias rejoins the party.